So as most of you already know, the 71 has a straight 6 in it with a 3-speed on the floor. So this is going to be coming out, and we're going to be putting in a GM Performance 525 LS3 and the T56 Super Magnum 6-speed. So it's got some new parts today. Just going to show you what the parts are. The whole swap on this is going to be from Holley, as I always do all my swaps with Holley parts, because everything's made to work. So you're not really ever going to have a problem with stuff that doesn't work, because everything works so well. So I'm going to show you what we got today for the car, adding up all the parts, and give you the part numbers. And I'll pull them out of the box and I'll show you what they are. Alright, so the first thing we have is 7122303 HKR. This is the GM polyurethane transmission mount. This is the part number for the red. I believe the black is 31. Instead of the 0, it's a 1. And you got to remember, everything's just a color preference. Get what you like. You're only going to get them in black and red anyway. So that's your mount for the T56. Comes with the bolts. Actually, they're not even bolts. They're like screw-in studs that you use an Allen wrench for. And then you got the nuts. That's actually pretty cool. So you would put the studs in here and then just use the nuts on the bottom. That's pretty smart. So that's the part number for the transmission mount in red. And Holley stuff is always good. You just can't go wrong with Holley. They're a bit expensive, but they're good. Once again, that's 7122303 HKR. That's the GM polyurethane transmission mount red. Second up is going to be 71221015 HKR, and this is the heavy duty small block Chevy polyurethane insert, and this one's in red. Nothing else in the box. This is basically what your mount looks like. And I've used all these parts before on customers' cars. I've never ever had a problem or ever had to return a product for a defect or any other reason. Their stuff is just so good. I don't know, you know, it might be coming from a third party. I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, this stuff is basically China stuff. But it works well. So that's one insert. Then I have 71221015 HKR, which is basically the same thing. It's the red insert. And you almost don't get no movement out of these once they're installed and you get the motor revving up. You get almost no movement. So that's 2 inserts right there and the tranny mount for the T56. And then here we have the 71221004 HKR. This is your LS motor mount swap. Oh, no, it's not. It's the clamshell. Seventy-one 22 10 04 HKR. And I've used these before. I know how they work, so they're really a great product from Holley. And these aren't given. These were actually paid for. And this is where your insert would go. Matter of fact, let me pull an insert out. You have your mount, you have your insert, and on the LS swaps with Holley, this is what's recommended for 70 to 81. You want to go with the clamshell style because of their specially made motor mounts, I'm assuming, but this is still a good style. Like I said, this thing almost doesn't even move once they're mounted. Alright, let me put them all back in the boxes. Alright, and so then you have the, I'm assuming it's the same part number. Yeah, same part number, 71221-104 or 1004 HKR. So you're going to need 2. That's going to be a total of 4. 2 and 2. 1 for each side. Because you got to, if you have the tower type mounts, you have to change them out for these anyway. So now for the big money mounts that you absolutely have to have for an LS swap. It's part number 12512 HKR. These are 70 to 74 second gen F body LS mounts. What comes in the box is your instructions and your hooker stickers. All of your mounting hardware. And you know what? I find this kind of weird. Hold on. Get to that in a minute. Here's for your transmission. So you can get just that correct angle of, what is it, 3.5 degrees? So you don't get no drive shaft vibration. So they changed up the way they used to do this, and I noticed it right off the bat because I bought 100 of these for customer cars. And I saw the heads on the bolts here. When they first came out, this was beveled, and they had like button heads. Well, they weren't even button heads, they were just flush mount Allen head bolts that went through this. Now it's just flat, and you're putting on standard headed bolts. So maybe doing that is cutting the cost for them, and still I mean, these are $207. It's pretty stupid expensive. So I mean, it is what it is. They're not as nice as they used to be, let's just put it that way. I'm not talking about the company, I'm talking about the pieces, because these were countersunk. And so it also comes with a template. These used to be made, or were only given in paper form. Now it's in steel. I don't know how well you can see that, but now it's a steel template. And it's pretty cool, because if you don't have any holes, or like this little 6-cylinder here, you lay this on the holes that are existing, and then you have your existing holes for the other ones once you drill the pilots and drill the rest out. Shows you your alignment, shows you driver, and passenger. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, it used to be paper, now it's metal, which is probably why they've done away with the countersunk flush bolts, which look 10 times better. I mean, you're not going to see it once it's in the car, but it was just a lot nicer that way. Then got one more. And this is the driver's side. They only go on one way. Pretty nice stuff, you know. I mean, it is what it is. It's very expensive, but like I said, when you put everything together, everything works. So these are your LS swap mounts for 70 to 74 Camaro. And that's all the parts, folks. Everything else is getting this out, and then I'll show you the transmission mount once that comes in, and how we pull this out and how we install it. Of course, everything's going to be documented on how the installation goes, so you'll be able to see all that. Alright guys, thanks for watching.